What if I told you date night isn't about where you go or how much you spend, but it's something so much more important and something so much more valuable? We've all heard that couples need to keep the spark alive. Well, what's that mean? Is it fancy restaurants and big plans? Or is it something much deeper, even better? Today's episode, we're going to break down the myths of date night. We're going to get real about what actually keeps couples together. Spoiler, it's not what you think. Let's find out. Well, hey everyone, come on in and grab a chair or a seat or a piece of paper, not piece of paper, but coffee, tea.
Take notes.
Okay, you can take notes.
Yeah.
On paper?
Yeah, pen and paper.
Welcome to the Home to Haven podcast. It's your home for faith-filled content that helps you communicate in your relationship. We are the Turners, that voice you heard with my beautiful wife, Jen. And so here we go. It's episode 91.
91.
What is happening?
Yeah.
So if you're getting anything from the episodes, because we're still doing them,
We are still doing that. Yes. Yes, sir.
a thumbs up, a like, or subscribe on YouTube. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you're on any of the podcast outlets, thanks for listening. We really do appreciate you spending some time out of your day to hang out with us. Give us a review or a 5-star on the outlets. It just helps this algorithm reach more people. That's what it's all about. Because it's a free resource. So the only thing best in return is a little 3 seconds. Like,
That's right. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you want to hear more of. I hear from you.
drop us, say, hey, what can y'all talk about,
Yeah, such and such.
such and such.
We got you.
We got you.
Yeah.
So, we're coming up against, not against, but 10 years.
We are. 10 years married. 10 years married. Yes.
All right. So in our 10 years, is there a particular time or, I don't know, date that kind of stands out to you as?
Yes, because we're talking about date nights this episode, right? Date nights done right.
Hence the question.
Date nights done right. So we've had a lot of good dates. I know we had a really good one just last summer. Splatter date.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And I feel like we had a lot of great dates while we were dating.
Okay.
Not that we haven't had great dates since, but are there a specific few dates that you're thinking about?
No, the dates, I was thinking about that because I'm like, they were, I'm going to say intense, but they were fun because we lived in different cities. Mm-hmm. So they were, all day dates.
Okay.
So that was kind of fun. Definitely, I would say, I can't remember, and I should.
You can't remember.
If it was, because I know we went to Greensboro twice. And I remember one time we went to this garden park, and that's where I was like laying on you heavy, like.
Yes, you're dropping some major things. So yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is serious.
And we were in the woods.
We're in the woods.
I'm like, later on, I was like, just went into the woods with. I mean, we kind of knew each other, but
We knew each other. So was that bowling in there? Was it the movies?
maybe that one might have been the bowling, and then we went and talked.
Okay, so if that's the case, that was bowling. That was the day or the date that I knew, like, okay, I'm done. Because I had a date prior to your date. And
I found that out later.
yeah. So I went to Starbucks to go meet this girl, and we sit down and we talk, and she's talking, and I was not actively listening.
Okay, good. Right.
So
okay. I mean, not good.
Right. The episodes, she was talking, and it was like, wasn't hearing the thing she said. I was just thinking about Jen. And so I got in the car. I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I deleted all the dating apps. I walked in, and I saw her. I'm like, you're it. You're.
Well, he didn't say that to me, but
I said, you're my girlfriend.
and in your mind, you weren't like, tag, you're it. But yeah, I think that actual day, I remember you saying that to me later on, that Greensboro date, like the sliding doors open because I was in the bowling alley.
Yes.
And we saw each other. That was kind of like you knew.
And I said to you, I'm done, or I'm not dating anybody else, or you're it.
I don't remember that part.
Yes.
Right in the moment?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway. So that's a memorable date for you because
That was like I knew that I was a one woman man at that point. We've had concerts are always fun. We went to an outdoor concert with a symphony for the July 4th, and that was when I was testing you on. I always tested her because I wanted to make sure that I made sure that I made sure that I made sure. But it rained, and you were just happy as could happy be.
yes, I also found that out later that he was testing me and not just like, that wasn't just like normal behavior. You were like specifically like, hey, let me test you.
Yes.
So anyway, I found that out later. I was just having a good time with you.
Exactly.
Which,
So you don't test by, I don't have to live with you. That's a whole other conversation to find out if you're married material.
Right.
I'm going to find out everything I need to know. That's what dating's the point.
okay.
So is she going to be, can she roll the punches because it's raining now?
Right.
Or is it going to be like,
That was important to you, right? So
Yes.
he was trying to test these things out to make sure I met your standards.
right.
Yeah.
My standards, the word of God's standards. Anyway, so get to the episode.
Yeah, let's go.
Date night done right. The whole point of that is that, okay, our most memorable date wasn't we flew to New York or something. It's spending time together. And so a lot of time when you say date night, immediately somebody thinks about spending money.
Yeah.
And it does not have to be that.
It does not.
It's spending quality time together.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a date night is. It's an arranged time to communicate.
Yes. So it's definitely the quality of that time you're spending together over the cost, right? So we're trying to make meaningful time for connections because you will not have relationship intimacy with each other without spending time together, right? Like if you're never together, you're not going to know much about each other. You're not going to have that connection. So you have to have that quality time. And again, it doesn't have to cost a lot.
Yeah. The first point is having quality over cost. And so I'm thinking about when you're at work and you have to put in a meeting request.
Yep.
And you actually book out time on someone's calendar to spend time with them, either to go over a project, talk about budget, whatever it is. Are we doing that with the people who matter more?
Yeah.
It should matter more than the people.
Right.
So we book out time on our calendars and we say this is reserved. And we have several times throughout the week, right? So there's a date night for the month where we are going to have a conversation. There's a spot on our calendar where we're going to go out and do something.
Right.
There's a spot during the week where we're going to have devotion and talk about the Word of God together with a family. So we have to be, again, we use this word intent. You have to be very intentful with our time and how we spend it.
Right.
Quality.
Date nights, which just means you and your spouse.
Okay.
So
We did one episode about how
quality time is not family time.
Yes.
Family time is quality time with your family, and that's extremely important. We have Friday fun nights with our kids. All four of us are doing things together, but date nights with your spouse are different.
Correct.
And those are extremely important to keep the spark alive, to keep your connection alive, to keep your relationship strong. So you need to find that quality time. Like Terrell said, find that time in your schedule. If you have to book it out on your Google calendars, sit with them. You have to spend that time.
So that's a tip for you, is that get a sync calendar, iCloud or Google Calendar, that you and your spouse share, and then you book time. And
Together. Alone. Make it happen. If you think that
I don't have a babysitter, we can't do this. And no one said spending any money.
Or even leaving the house. If you're not able to leave the house yet, you have little kids running around.
Yep.
You can put them to bed and you can have a separate date night together.
Yep.
Just you two. So that's not an excuse either.
That's right.
But we're trying to stress the importance. If you don't think that quality time alone with your spouse is important, that's not right.
Right. Twins were born. We were feeding every 3 hours.
Every 3 hours.
I used to have a little powwow for 5 minutes at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
Right there. Right. When we were rotating.
Yeah.
Because I had to get up. And so, we would rotate at 2 a.m. It's your turn for the feedings. We will powwow. You're right. You're good. Da-da-da-da. I'm tired. Bye. So even in that time, when we weren't going out, we weren't doing anything, we were taking care of, 3-week-old twins, powwow.
Yep.
Okay. So quality over cost.
Yes.
We're going to redefine date night. What does that look like? Well, I'm going to ask you.
Yeah.
What does that do for you as a woman, as a married woman, that we spend time together? How does that make you feel like? What does it do for you?
Well, for one, quality time is one of my top love languages. So I need that quality time to feel loved. I was just going like, I don't feel loved if you're just running around doing everything without me, right? If I'm not spending any time with you, I'm not feeling loved.
Okay.
And so
Forget that.
And so that's just, point blank. I rate that quality time to feel loved.
Right.
And, it also just shows me that you value me.
I'm the opposite. Like I feel love when we don't spend time. When you're like, let him have his alone time. Oh, thank you, babe.
Well, I do feel that too. That's more like no kids, no making meals, technically. But yes, I also feel like he values me as a wife, as a spouse,
Okay.
and that you're putting me as a priority. Like I matter to you, right? So like,
Right.
You're putting me as, okay, you mean a lot to me. I want to spend time with you and I want to connect with you and I want to grow deeper and I don't want to just let things kind of coast and kind of stay
So
monotone,
if I was not doing those things, your love language is quality time. How would you try to get me on board? Or what would you do? We talked about last episode about nagging
Yep.
and humility. So how would you reach out to me, or what would you do? What would you do to we're not doing date nights. I'm not hanging out with you. I'm playing PlayStation, or I'm watching the game or whatever, or maybe I'm working late, not home. What would be some things you would do to address that?
Well, I would start with finding a good time when you're not watching a football game or you're not playing video games or not working, where I can have a conversation like, hey, babe, I have something I want to talk about. Do you, are you available to have a conversation about it? And I would say to you, I would really love to spend more time with you because I feel like that is a connection piece to our relationship. Do you think we could schedule, 30 minutes in the next couple of weeks or something? And or I could put things in place already. Like I could book the babysitter for say Thursday at 5 o'clock. The babysitter is going to come. And I would want to give you a heads up. I'm not going to tell you at 4:30, hey, the babysitter's coming in half an hour. Wrap up your work. We're going.
Okay.
Just because I know like your personality and stuff, or I know you might have responsibilities. That's just not going to happen. But I can do my part in setting the foundation of making it just easy. So if you're not to the point of you doing all that, yeah, I can step in and kind of fill that role. Booking the babysitter, maybe making dinner reservations, or, figuring out like, hey, we're going to go to this park or whatever, the low cost date night would be, and kind of give you those options. Or I could come and say, hey, I'd love to go bowling with you. That's something we did when we were dating. We haven't done it in a while. Are you up for that? Or try to find something that I know you really like. Like maybe you love watching football. And so I'm like, hey, you want to go, eat at, the restaurant and watch the game, and then hopefully be able to have conversations and connect with you as well. Kind of give you some options.
Yeah. So try to bridge the gap.
Yeah.
Extend the hand. The first thing she did was, again, she reached out, right? And so she's not bull rushing, taking the lead. It is, hey, I'd like to do this because do you think that's cool? Or do you think that's possible? Yeah, fine, whatever. well, he never does. And I've tried before and he just doesn't go anywhere. Okay. So at that point,
Yeah.
hey, would you like to do something? Yeah. Okay, great. I've gone ahead and tried to make it a little bit easy for us.
Yeah.
So no worries. Got the kids booked. I've got a Tibbs and the Hornets or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Or whatever the example is.
Yeah.
And you've made that first effort to try to get in the habit of.
Yeah. And then I would also follow up. So if he does say like, yeah, sure, we can, grab dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
What was that?
And when?
Yeah. I would follow it up with, I really had a great time with you. I really felt like that helped our relationship. I really felt connected to you. Like, let's try to do this again next month or whatever that time frame is, and kind of help him along as well.
Yeah. All right. So the second point is redefine date night. What does that mean?
Yes. So we're going to kind of shift our mindset for what date night is or what it has to be all the time.
Okay.
So instead of, we kind of mentioned this already, but just always going out to dinner or dinner and a movie, things that maybe aren't allowing you to have conversations
Right.
or really connect, and, switch that to, I'm going to find something to do together, a date night where I'm really supporting and encouraging my spouse, right? You're showing up for your spouse more so than just check mark, we went out to dinner.
Yep.
Date night isn't just a checklist of that we actually got out of the house. We're trying to push date night into, that was a really great, amazing time that we got to connect together. One of my favorite things for date nights is when we try something new together. So it's not the same old thing over and over. So like I was saying in the beginning, that splatter paint date night, that was something new. That was a memory that we made together that we're probably not ever going to forget. So something like that, going outside of our typical mindset of date night.
When you do these things, especially when it's a scheduled time and you're going to hang out together, be open and don't put too much pressure. Be open for disaster. Okay? Like, in all honesty, right? Be open for disaster and don't make a big deal out of things. Yeah. Relax and let's turn that into memories.
Yes.
So was it Friday or Thursday, we went out. We tried a new coffee place. Terrible. All the stuff on Instagram was just so fake. It looks great. Terrible coffee. Terrible pastry, terrible hot chocolate, just awful. But nobody complained. We're just like, this is disgusting. Yeah. But it's, hey, whatever.
We won't come back.
We won't come back. And so I wanted to go to a restaurant I haven't been in 10 years. We could go. I did check. It said open. We go upstairs. It's closed. There's not closed down.
Yeah.
There's no one inside. Doors are locked. No sign. No, we apologize. Just dark.
Yeah.
Right? So Jen wasn't like, how dare you even look at this before we came? Again, like, why would you ruin it? Why do that?
Yeah.
And if that's your response, you got to do some internal cleansing on, let the Holy Ghost do a refresh on your attitude because it stinks.
Yes.
Like, no.
Yes.
Hey, okay, let's close. So then we're just out in the cold. Yeah. She's searching a restaurant. We look at that one. Does that look good? Well, there's no one in there. I don't feel safe with that. And you probably, it's 8:00. There's nobody inside. Okay, what about this place? When we're searching, and then we found this other place. Why not?
Let's try it.
Let's try it.
Yeah.
It's Japanese, whatever, fusion.
Right.
We've never been. And
let's try it.
It was a memory.
Yeah, it was a memory.
Great ambiance.
Yeah, it was fun. Those are like you said, just go with the flow, spontaneous.
Just go with the flow.
We're enjoying each other's company. It's not about, curating your date night so you can take those pictures to post on Instagram. Right? This is not like a show. Let's show everybody how amazing we are.
This is about so we stay together.
Yeah.
This is about we build the foundation. This is about we're cleaning up and staying together.
Yeah.
That's what this moment is.
Yes.
All right. Finally, it's going to be make it happen, which is what you're good for.
Make it happen. So we touched on this briefly before, but make it a priority. Everybody has busy schedules. There's nobody I know that doesn't say they're busy.
Right.
So we all have work. We all have kids and family. pets, responsibilities, housework. I mean, the list can go on and on.
Yeah.
You need to prioritize your spouse, right? So make it happen. We touched on it briefly, those, excuses that we might make. It costs money. We need childcare. We don't know anybody. There's always ways around that. So we're shifting our mindset as well. Date night's important. We're going to make it happen. It's great if you can get your spouse on board and say, hey, we're a team with this. Like, let's think of, brainstorm some ideas. What is something you want to do? What is something I want to do? And make it happen together.
Yeah. Throw it in ChatGPT. Give me some date ideas. Or email hi@oakhavencompany.com and we'll help you and give you some ideas. But the scripture says in Romans 12 and verse 10 at the ISV, be devoted to one another with mutual affection, excel at showing respect for one another, which is really great. And so just let that sink in. We are big proponents and believe that God is for you. And so because God is for family, trust us, he will provide you with the resources that you need to invest in your marriage. He will. Because when you delight in him, he gives you the desires of your heart, and he will make it happen when he sees you putting forth the effort. He will connect you. Someone will come up to you at church or randomly, somehow, some way. Hey, did you need a babysitter? And it'll be the perfect person. He'll make it happen.
Absolutely.
Right? So the excuse, if you're going to toss those out, throw them away, bind them up and not do them again. And from this day forward, we're going to reset and we're going to really start taking charge of our schedules. Again, prioritize what matters most to you. I am not going to allow a job to jack up my family.
Amen.
Not going to happen. My date nights are important. My family fun nights are important. Dinner's important. If you ping me or email me, bye. I know that I'm putting in 2 weeks' notice, or let me go now.
Yeah.
Because my wife and my children are more important. And when I stand before God, he's not going to ask about my reports that were due. He's going to ask me about Jennifer, Adley, and Jayden. So I encourage you, when you have that attitude, again, he will make everything line up. So, anything you want to say about that?
Amen. I love you. Play it again.
All right. If you got anything from this episode, like and subscribe. We talked about, again, prioritizing what matters. We developed 2 things for you that are absolutely free that we want to make available to you that you got to get. The first thing is how to prioritize your relationship. The download freebie, it's going to lay out some things to help you prioritize what matters. You can write those date night ideas down. You can write down some things that are important to you. Ask your spouse, what are some things you really wanted to do? Where are some things you really wanted to go? And then map it out. Maybe it doesn't happen this month. Maybe it's 5 months down the road, but you have a plan. So get that. It's in the show notes. The second thing you want to get is our 5 powerful prayers that every relationship needs. This gets you really on the start to developing a spiritual foundation for you and your partner. Spirituality is so much important. Having a faith-filled relationship is important. It is the foundation for everything you need. So if you don't know how to start or what to start, these 5 powerful prayers, we start here every day. We're going to give them to you. So everything you need is in the show notes or in the description. Of course, oakhavencompany.com. You'll see everything you need. And we thank you so much. God bless you. Remember, wisdom builds the house.